With the third time of asking, we are live. Good evening, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, good morning, good night, depending on where you're tuning in from. My name is Nipun. I am joined today by my co-host, Mr. Matt Ball from Chelsea Perspective. This is my first live stream of 2024 and a very happy new year to you all. How are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I didn't realize I traveled back to 2024.
Wait, what? Did I say 2024?
You did, yeah.
Oh, of 2025.
I was gonna say we haven't found time travel when we've been doing this live stream.
Yeah, of 2025. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
The
good though.
reason
I'm
we
good.
are this late is because StreamYard was giving me issues. First, basically, I didn't have an account. I had to set up a completely new account. I had to delete my old one because there was too many streams saved. So I ran out of space. And it would have taken me forever to delete all the streams. So yeah, I just deleted my account and started a new one. So yeah, I have a new account. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the car crash, which was the transfer window?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. Anyone that is saying it was great is just an idiot, and not really looking at reality.
I just say it's great to troll all the ultra negative people in our fan base.
I mean, I won't call it necessarily a disaster until the end of the season, because realistically, if we get Champions League, it's just a meh window because we didn't do anything. But obviously, if the results don't go our way, we don't get Champions League, then this would be a terrible window.
And yeah, it would be a terrible window. And do you think our owners are relying on the 5th place Champions League thing? Like, if we finish 5th, we're going to get Champions League.
I mean, I don't look at it as a relying thing. It's not like we're getting Champions League in a weird way. It's just the way things go. You wouldn't say the person who finished 5th in Serie A last season was they relied on 5th place. I mean, I always thought we'd finish 5th, and that I thought that would be enough for Champions League this season, because I think we will win the Conference League. I think one of probably Liverpool will do really well in the Champions League, if not win it. And you expect one of Tottenham. Well, yeah, I don't see anyone matching Liverpool at the moment. Huh?
You rate Arnie Slot to go that far?
No, I just don't think anyone's really fully firing yet. Obviously, Real Madrid could turn up in the later stages.
Real Madrid.
But they've not been firing that well, have they? I mean, if you think you had PSG,
they're known to not fire well, but still win it.
No, I get that, but you've had PSG, Real Madrid, and Man City all nearly struggling to get into this 26-man, whatever the playoff round. They nearly They could have got knocked out if some more results didn't go their way. So at the moment, you see, I think Liverpool are clear favourites for the Champions League. But even with the Europa League, I feel like Tottenham and Man United have got to do something in there as well. So I think the fact that all of us are through into the knockout stage, I think we should. I think it's very. I think I saw a post that actually is only a 0.1% chance of us not getting the 5th place, either being first or second, the coefficient. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if we finish 4th or 5th, as long as it's Champions League. It's all I care about.
Do you think questions need to be asked about the sporting directors? Because everyone's going after them. Personally, I think Maresca is the one saying, no, we don't need this, we don't need that.
I disagree with that.
Do you think the sporting directors are sleeping then?
I don't think the sporting directors are sleeping. I just think that they're looking at the options that they want to get, and they're not able to get them now in January. So they're just going, let's wait for the summer. I think it's naive to think that we can wait for the summer, because obviously you might not get Champions League. But I understand you. I'm a bit torn about this window because I didn't expect much to be done. I predicted that we wouldn't do much. One, because financial fair play was still fairly tight. Two, as you saw with everyone's windows, bar Man City, who only spent 25 million in the summer, and Aston Villa, who only were able to sell because they sold John Duran to Saudi. No one was in this championship. Huh?
That's his career completely finished.
Oh yeah, 110%. But my point is that no one was busy. Arsenal had as bad a window as us, arguably. Tottenham didn't really make any signings, really.
They signed one of our targets.
Well, I'm glad we didn't sign him because I don't rate him at all.
You don't rate him?
No, not at all. I mean, if you can't play minutes for Bayern Munich, why should we be buying him?
Maybe because there's a certain England international in their books.
But he doesn't play up front; he can play out wide as well. If he can't get on either wing or striker for
he
Bayern
was being
Munich,
brought in as a striker, though.
Yes, but he can play either left wing or striker, which is actually, I think, where I actually think he would play more left wing than striker.
So wait, what?
I think it's
Nabry and Musiala, does he play as a winger?
Yeah, but he's not even getting substitute appearances. He's got barely any minutes this season because he's just not been good enough in it. He hasn't been getting in the squad.
Then why are so many of our fans saying, "Oh my God, we lost Matthias Tel to Tottenham. We are embarrassing."
Because nipping they're embarrassing. Like there was the only signing that I looked at this season in the January window where I looked and went, that would be a good signing, is Douglas Luiz on a 6-month loan from Juventus. That would have made a lot of sense in the midfield to plug a gap that I think we seriously. I mean,
that French guy we went for. Like it was like a deadline day signing.
Oh, that Asensio from. He's from. I can't remember where he's from. I think it's a Spanish club, but yeah. My point is that there wasn't really anyone. There wasn't really much movement at all in any of the window for most clubs. It's a very quiet window, and I think that's because everyone's looking at financial fair play and going, if no one's buying our players, we can't. If we can't sell players out, we're not going to be able to buy players. And Man City could only do that because they didn't spend a lot in the summer, so they've just effectively spent what they had in the bank already. And then obviously Villa were able to buy because John Duran got sold. So that is. I think that you'll see January windows be very quiet forever while we've got FFP, because I think people are not willing to spend in a January window where you can't get the best value for money, and where everyone's tight with the FFP at the moment. I actually saw an article before coming on here that there's rumours that the Premier League want to cut the window in January to just 2 weeks, which realistically you're not going to get much done in 2 weeks. And I think that's all down to financial fair play, because teams can't. I think this is going to be the new normal. Do I think we could have brought players in? I think, of course. I think the problem with this window is not that we've signed people. I think the problem is we've made our team weaker. by letting players go, by letting Felix go out on loan. I mean, that's not the end of the world. I think we've got enough. I think we do have enough depth in the attacking aspects in terms of players to be okay injury wise. Whether they're good enough is another question. But I do think Renato Vega leaving the club on loan to Juventus and us not buying a left back or getting any left back in is very dangerous, because all you need is Cucurella to get injured and you have no left back. And if I get, they're probably going to go, I'll play Levi Colwill in midfield or that in left back. Well, that is not going to get us Champions League football. And I just pray that Cucurella stays fit for the rest of the season. Personally, I would have. It's a bit biased from me, but I would have gone for Maxime de Kuyper at Club Brugge. Fantastic young left back, fits the model perfectly, and I think would provide a different dimension as a fullback for our team. But it is what it is. We didn't sign anyone, but I just feel like we've made our team weaker with players we've let go.
Well, do you think we should promote from the academy when it comes to left backs?
Is there a left back in the academy that's good enough? I don't want to promote academy players for the sake of promoting.
Wait, is Ian Matson a loan or a permanent sale to Villa? Wait, did we get rid of him permanently when we?
Permanently, 34 million.
Oh, I thought it was a loan to Dortmund.
No, sold.
Oh. Well, maybe if we had just loaned him, we could have just recalled him.
Well, I don't think he was wanted in the club. And to be fair, I don't think he's done that great for Aston Villa, so I'm not too bothered. But yeah, I mean, the window at the moment, I wouldn't say it's a disaster, as some people are saying. I would just say it's a bit meh. Now, do I have question on your questions about the sporting directors? Do we have to ask questions? I think if we don't get Champions League, I think most definitely. If we do, I think there's still questions that potentially need to be asked, but I don't think realistically you're going to get many answers from them if we have Champions League football, because at the end of the day, that is the aim. For me, I feel like my problem with the sporting directors is not necessarily the type of players we're buying or anything like that. It's the fact that we're just buying so many different players, and there doesn't seem to be so much of a plan in terms of Renato Vega's bought, loaned out 6 months later. João Felix the same. It just, for me, it doesn't make sense. I know there's going to be some players that are effectively investments. You buy them at a low stock, raise their value, and then sell them off for much better. But it is a bit frustrating. I get that financially we have to be a bit more creative because we're lacking in match day revenue, thanks to the CPO not letting us build a new stadium and the lack of Champions League money. But I hope once we're in the Champions League that we can be a bit more solid in not just buying a billion young players and loaning them out 6 months later. It just needs to be more structured. I don't mind the aspect of buying younger players. I do think there are downsides to having a whole team of young players, but there you go. I think there does need to be a balance. But
do you think that's
before I finish, I understand that. I think if you look at other teams outside of Chelsea, while they've not gone as dramatic as we have, they are starting to do the same. Man City in this January window have bought very young. Manchester United seem to be going down a similar route of buying fairly young. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing Arsenal do it potentially. And I wonder whether it is going again, whether FFP wise, whether the effects of that is going to cause players at clubs to be buying young players and doing maybe in a more structured way similar sort of things that what Chelsea do.
I don't get why. Look, if Man City are buying young, if Arsenal are buying young, if the best clubs in the planet are buying young, your creme de la creme. Well, I wouldn't say Arsenal are creme de la creme because they're just overrated. Oh yeah, and they just got knocked out. Well, and so did Tottenham. Yeah, so that's a completely useless. So two of the most useless teams in London just got themselves knocked out.
Stay humble, right?
Yeah, stay humble. Oh yeah, another thing. I don't know why. So forgive my rant about Arsenal. I'm sorry. Why are they so angry at? Why are Arsenal fans having a go at Erling Haaland for saying stay humble? But he was right. There's nothing wrong in what he said. He said, "What have you won?"
I mean, that's the thing. Haaland can say that because he's a quadruple winning, multi-title winning player. These Arsenal players have won nothing. They have done nothing in their careers. They have nothing to show for themselves. So they have no right to speak.
They are such sorry, not sorry, but that team is such an unlikable bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. There's not been many Arsenal players that I've ever liked. I think if I could mention players that I liked from Arsenal, Santi Cazorla is one that points to my head straight away. I love the player. I really like the player. Fabregas, bar the whole.
Because we signed him. Let's be real.
No, I always thought he was a very good player. When we signed him, I celebrated beyond belief. But I always thought he was a fantastic player. Omri, I didn't mind Omri. I'm not the biggest fan of Omri compared to some people are. But I still rate. I still think he's a fantastic player, and just not the oh my god biggest fan. Lord Bentner.
Bentner, you hated it.
I didn't rate him as a player. He was crap, but I just felt like he had a funny personality. I used to call him Lord Bentner when I was at school, so that was funny. And then Per Mertesacker, I just felt like Per Mertesacker seemed like a decent bloke.
Was he not part of the World Cup? Was he not part of that Germany team that won the World Cup?
I don't think he was starting, but I think he was in. I think he was in the squad.
We haven't spoken much on Thomas Tuchel since he started his. Are you expecting much? Or do you think it'll just be another Fabio or another Sven?
No, I do think this is the time for England to win a competition, and I think Thomas Tuchel will come in and hopefully do that. I believe in Thomas Tuchel. I think he's the best man for the job that was available, and I believe that he can get the best out of a lot of our players. I'm interested to see in the next international break who he chooses, and it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Let's go. This is quite. Well, I wouldn't say completely unscripted. Let's predict his squad.
Who I think he's going to pick, or
yeah, is it 26 man or 25 man?
We'll go with a 26-man squad.
So let's say 4 goalkeepers.
Pickford.
Yep.
Is Pope injured or is he fit?
Not sure.
I think he's injured, so I'm just going to assume Pope's not there. Ramsdale. James Trafford.
That's a wild card.
I just think he might bring a young goalkeeper into the fold. I think James Trafford is probably one of the future goalkeepers. So I'd say that and probably Johnston.
Sam Johnston.
Probably. I think he's been around the England set. I'm just thinking because Pope's injured. I don't know who else would be around.
Jack Butland?
No, he won't pick Jack Butland.
He plays first team football in Scotland for Rangers.
Yeah, but Scotland. No, thank you.
Rangers are a big team, though.
I think Sam Johnston will probably be picked.
But how much does he play? How much?
I mean,
won't Thomas Tuchel go on game time?
You got a balanced game time for where they're playing.
So my predictions will be Pickford, Johnston, Trafford, and a wild card. Someone that no one would have foreseen.
And then what about defenders?
Two of each?
Yeah, let's just do like a two of each position. I think that'll be the easiest thing. Obviously, some people will pick more midfielders and more strikers or more defenders, but I think it's easy just to go for each two positions. So 2 left backs, who would you pick?
Tough one.
Is Luke Shaw fit?
Tell me you're joking.
I'm assuming he's not, but
No, as in like even if he is, why?
Who else we got?
Kieran Trippier?
No. I'm fed up with Trippier playing left back.
Oh God, no, he's a right back.
Do you want to know my 2 left backs?
Oh, well, it'll have to be Shaw and Chile, won't it? Because they're the only ones.
I don't even think it would. I don't think it'll be Ben Chilwell unless he's played.
Do you think he will
decent
get
minutes at Palace?
At Crystal Palace?
Depends if he's going. It depends if he's going to get ahead of Tyreek Mitchell. I don't know. For me, at the moment, I think the 2 left backs would be Luke Shaw, and I think he's going to try out Leif Davis of Ipswich Town.
Who?
Leif Davis of Ipswich Town.
Leif Davis.
Their starting left back. I think he's an attacking left back. I think obviously he's defensively. I think he's getting a post, but I think Tuchel will probably want to try him out.
2 centre backs.
What, a left centre back?
Left centre back. I'm going. Do you think he's going to call up Adebayo at any point? Or has he already played for Nigeria?
I think he's not represented either.
I'm gonna give up. I have a wild card. I think Thomas Tuchel will make Tosin Adebayo an England international, and Prime will hate him forever.
I like Tosin. I don't see what's wrong with Tosin. I don't think he'll get called up, but I think it'll be Colwill Maguire.
Colwill. I don't know if anyone wants to hear this, but I think Harry Maguire.
I'm gonna list my 4 centre backs because that'll be a bit easier. So I think Colwill, Maguire, Gurhey, and I think he'll either go with Konza. So yeah, I think Konza will be in the squad anyway because I think he can fit in left back, centre back, right back. But I think the last centre back was Jared Branthwaite.
Jared Branthwaite.
I do think Eric Dyer might also be in the squad just as like a filler.
Yeah,
like the last option.
Defensive mid as well.
I don't think he'll play at all. I just think Tuchel will have someone experienced who can play a multitude of roles should anyone get injured. My right backs will be Carl Walker and Ben White.
Ben,
I think he'll choose.
do you not think he could play as centre back, Ben White?
He could, but I think he's picking him because I don't think he trusts Kyle Walker. Trippier's legs also are going. He might choose. Actually, to be fair, if Reece James stays fit till March, he might pick Reece James.
I hope it's Reece James.
I'm forgetting Trent. I'm so out. So I ignore that. It's going to be Trent and Walker.
You know, Kyle Walker conceded on his AC Milan debut. Like he made an error that led to a goal.
I do think if Reece James is fit, he might take Walker's place. But at the moment, that's how I see it go. It depends on how the Ben White situation is. Is that's fixed? And it depends on Reece James's fitness. But I don't think Trippier makes it. I think Walker's on the edge. I mean, if Tuchel wants to just try players out and go for because he does need, you do want to breed players in. He might call up Rico Lewis as well.
Rico Lewis.
I mean, I wouldn't personally, but I could see it because you want to try out some of these players.
You know who I think? So yeah, let's move on to our midfielders now. Six total or six of each? No, 6 total, 2 of each type.
Yeah, we'll do 6 total. So I think obviously Rice and Bellingham will go naturally.
Yeah. So that's one central mid and that's one defensive mid.
I think Kobe Mainoo will go.
And that's one attacking mid.
I think Kobe Mainoo will play more defensive under Tuchel.
You think?
Yeah.
Because he was deployed as an attacking.
Yeah, he's deployed as an attacking midfielder because Man United are just Man United and they need as much whatever they can in that position. But I think he'll play him as a box to box midfielder alongside Rice.
And apologies for twirling my moustache, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think Adam Wharton gets in personally.
Not even as a squad depth player.
I don't think he's been good enough this season. I think Conor Gallagher will get in
as a defensive,
as a squad rotation role. I think Cole Palmer gets in attacking midfield.
By the way, I'm sorry if me twirling my moustache is a bit of a distraction.
It's fine.
Okay. So, Kobe Mainoo. Cole Palmer is this getting?
Wait, let's list this. Bellingham, Rice, Mainoo, Gallagher, Palmer.
And... Oh, God. Now, I was going to say Harry Kane because he can play as an attacking mid as well as a striker.
I'm just going to throw Foden in there because Foden will play somewhere, whether it's attacking midfield or out wide. I don't know. But
have you seen how much he's fallen off, though?
Huh?
Have you seen how much he's fallen off?
Yeah, but he won't. I think he'll be one of the people that will always get picked. If I go into the wide players quickly because I think these positions are a bit mix and match. I think Tuchel will call up Anthony Gordon. I think he'll call up Ollie Watkins, Harry Kane. On the right, obviously Saka, depending on injury. I think he'll call up Jared Bowen. I think he'll call up. I don't know who else he calls up. To be honest, he won't call up Rashford. Rashford and Sterling won't make it in. Not even Madueke won't make it in.
You don't think so?
No. I could
Tuchel
see.
doesn't like egos, does he?
I could see maybe an Eze getting in again, injury dependent, but
And obviously Harry Kane gets in.
yeah, as I said, strikers would be Harry Kane and Watkins, and I suppose maybe a Solanke.
A cheeky Liam Delap.
No, I don't think Liam Delap will get in. I think Solanke, Watkins, and Harry Kane are all ahead of him at the moment. I think Delap will be in the under-21s while we can.
Do you think he'll be a wild card for the World Cup?
Maybe we'll see how he does in whatever club he's at in the future. Hint, hint.
So yeah, that's our joint.
I mean that wouldn't be my England team. I'd have to sit down and think about this. My England team.
So that's our predicted squad. Well, is it for the qualification? That's for the qualifications. I think.
Yeah, this would be for the first match. That's not a World Cup squad. That'll be dependent on lots of information because obviously players being injured and not. But yeah, that is like the rough. What could happen? I mean, there could be some wild cards that he throws in there. I'm just trying to think of other England players that are on form at the moment that he might call up.
What would
be hilarious?
Yeah, go on. You go first.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be hilarious if he calls up Jude and Job Bellingham?
It's too soon for Job though.
Yeah, I agree. It's too soon for Job, but I'm just saying it would be funny.
Jude is playing for the biggest club on the planet. Job is in league. Are they in the Championship or League
Championship?
One?
Yeah, they're fighting for promotion to the Premier League. Oh, what? I tell you what, if Sunderland do get promoted, though, he'll go into the England team.
You think they're getting promoted? Let's see where they are in the Championship.
They're fourth in the Championship right now. They're part of the Big Four. Don't nip in out. I tell you, out of all the Championship teams, take out Leeds because Leeds are something else. No, that they actually look mustard at the moment, but their team is just too good for the Championship.
Who's this?
That's Wayne.
No, he's asking who's this.
Oh, he's just trolling. Ignore him.
No, he's probably asking me because he's never seen me with facial hair.
Well, I'd say he's never seen me, but we literally were at a football match with each other like a week ago.
Wait, were you at King's Meadow or the Bridge?
The Bridge. Beating up.
What was it?
Watching Chelsea beat Arsenal.
Oh, God. Oh, yes, it was
watching Lauren James dunk on Katie McCabe as she gets sent off and starts crying to the referee. Big up, Lauren James.
Can you get sent off for dissent?
She did get sent off for dissent.
Like dissent is like straight up refusing to do.
Well, she effectively told the ref in an aggressive way to go F herself, and she got sent off.
Wait, what? She told the referee to do that?
Yeah.
Is that a straight red?
Well, the thing is, the referee was already just about to give her a yellow card for dissent anyway. Then she said that, and she went, "No, do you know what? I'm putting the yellow card back," and sent her straight off.
Wait. Can you actually do that? Like you're in a bad mood, so you know what? I'll send you off because I'm in a bad mood.
She has a 2-match suspension because of it. She went full on like, I don't give a shit, you're getting sent off. Now, to be fair, she hasn't actually branded the yellow card yet, so she can upgrade it to a full red.
I have a question for you. I asked a lot of people this question who are football fans. I asked you the defender question. You're playing as a defender, and it's a 0-0 thing in the semi-final. Do you risk a sending off or risk the game going into extra time? You're the last man standing between the striker and the goalkeeper.
Oh, I take one. I've taken one for the nipping. I've done this before, so it's an easy question for
Roles
me.
reversed. You're a striker. You're the last man standing between the goalkeeper and there's a defender behind you. Do you dive or do you stay on your feet?
Depends on who the defender is, to be honest.
Okay, I'll tell you. It depends on the defender. If the defender is
I would generally, if there's someone, if there's defender behind me, depends on the positioning, but I probably would stay on my feet.
okay, defender, you're the last man standing. If you go down, the ref could give a penalty. Or the ref could say, no, that was a dive, get up and play on.
I would stay on my feet.
Okay, so for me, it would depend on who the defender is.
By the way, I've sent you the Katie McCabe sending off, so you can have a look and laugh.
Did you send it to me on WhatsApp
Twitter.
or on?
Mate, that was the definition of FAFO. F around and find out. And then she'd even have an argument with the fourth official as she was going off.
So you want to know, like, okay, if it's a crunch moment, it'll actually depend on who the defender is.
Yeah.
If it's Giorgio Chiellini, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah. If it's Giorgio Chiellini, then I'm staying on my feet. If it's if it's Axel Disasi, then I'm fucking falling on the floor.
Why do you fall on the floor for a club you support?
Wait, I've confused the question. Are we still talking about the sending off thing?
No, I'm talking about honesty. Like if you're a striker and the person trying to tackle you.
I'd stay on my feet. I don't go down.
I agree. We all need to meet up at a game once.
We need to go to Nippon. We need to take you to a Chelsea women's game.
Of course. Wait, do I have to be a member for that, or is it available to non-members too?
General sale. I mean, me and Wayne have already got tickets for the final game of the season against Liverpool, but we can link up. We can link up for a Champions League game, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, big up, Wayne. Let's see the like count on my. Let's see the like count. It might not be. It's probably not high. Yeah, it isn't high. 0.
Well, Wayne's in and out, so I mean, to be fair, Nippon, it is nearly 12 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, most of my viewers are UK based, so it is fair. So let's yeah, shit, we've had a bad transfer window. So when we had that first slip up back in December, were you scared that, oh my God, we're going to completely fall apart? Or
Say that again?
it would completely fall apart?
In what game?
No, like in terms of the season.
No, I don't think we're going to fall apart. I think hopefully we can use these next few games as a way to wrestle back momentum and then finish the season a bit stronger.
So our next 5, did you think we would beat Man City? Or not really?
I did not think we'd beat City.
Yeah, neither did I.
I did think we'd beat Palace. I did think we'd beat Bournemouth, though. I mean, Palace we were fully rigged out of, but there you go. Arguably Ipswich too. Bournemouth was just annoying, but it is what it is. But luckily, I don't think any team around us is particularly consistent either. So I think we can hopefully get the right result.
Right.
Get
So
the top
our
four in.
next two games are
We've got Brighton and Brighton.
Brighton. Both, yeah, they're both away. Both at the Amex.
Well, it's time to burst Brighton's bubble, and I am talking about Brighton Bubble, the Twitter page.
Aston Villa, Chelsea. Well, if we're talking about Premier League, our next Premier League game, our next five are Brighton away, Villa away, Southampton at home, Leicester at home, Arsenal at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the international.
Yeah, I think we'll get some wins on that. Hopefully, we can build momentum up to the Arsenal game. That we'll see how Stay Humble FC are at that point of the season.
Unlikely to be humble.
No.
Are they still in the title race?
No, I don't. I think Liverpool will win it. I don't think there is.
No, are they still in the race?
Depends on what you call it. I mean, they're 7 points away with a game, or 6 points, and Liverpool got a game in hand. So I'd say no. I say there's no title race.
I love nothing more than for us to be the team to make it mathematically impossible for them.
We won't make it mathematically impossible, but we'll probably put the nail. If we win, we'll put the nail on the coffin.
But is it mathematically impossible for Liverpool, for Arsenal to? For Arsenal to. What I'm not going to say on it because it just makes my.
No, Arsenal can still win the league.
So how many more games do they have to lose or draw?
Well, it depends on how Liverpool do. We've still got quite a few games to go, Nippin. We're not coming into that end of the season yet.
I would have loved it. I would have loved us to play Arsenal a bit later on.
Give it another 7-8 games and then ask me that question.
No, you see what it is though. I would have loved it if we played them in April or beginning of May, so that if they lose to us, they can say, you know what, we made it.
Well, Nippin, that didn't work out last time we did that.
Did we try to win? Or
I don't know, but we lost like 4-0, didn't we?
Pochettino tax.
Oh God. But yeah, one thing we need to talk about before we go.
Yeah.
Marcelo retiring.
Oh yeah, Marcelo. He's turning 37 this year, isn't he?
Yeah, he's retired. Well, he's retired from professional football today.
Oh, and yeah, great career. And also, we also have to pay a tribute to those who perished in the Munich air disaster. I believe, I think Bobby Charlton was the last survivor of it.
I think so.
I don't believe there are any remaining survivors of the air crash.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to comment on it, definitely, because obviously it's not a subject I don't want to assume something on. But yeah.
So, rest in paradise to all of them.
But on Marcelo quickly. My uncle went to the Wales-Brazil game where it was Marcelo's debut game for Brazil. So he was like, apparently my uncle turned around and went, "Oh, this guy looks all right," and then turns out it was Marcelo. He only realised like 5 or 6 years later of who he was, and then obviously by then he'd just smashed it. he was like, "Oh my god, I saw this guy in the flesh on his debut." But yeah, Marcelo, great left back. Is he as good as Roberto Carlos? No, not as good as.
No.
Although, can I bring up this debate of who was better, Dani Alves or Marcelo?
Is that a debate?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what you say.
Well, who I would have on my team? The one who doesn't have a criminal record.
Let's just base this on the pitch rather than off the pitch.
Oh, tough one.
I think Dani. I as much as Marcelo is a great player, I love Dani Alves as a footballer. I hated him because he played for Barcelona, but he was a very good right back.
You know, the only time I was ever a Barca fan was when they
And
that team.
the only reason I say that about Marcelo is because I think we had a better left back than Ashley Cole anyway.
Yeah, wait, what?
As in Chelsea.
Why didn't we try to sign him when we had Roman?
Because he was at Real Madrid and he's happy at Real Madrid.
I don't see. Yeah, speaking of signing young players, I don't see Man City fans losing their heads like signing an unknown left
Just
back.
change the subject so violently.
Sorry, but yeah, I don't know why they're not losing their minds.
Because they've won how many trophies in the last few years?
Yeah, so they should be used to signing ready-made players, not unproven. What we made Arteta.
It's the FIFA end match.
You can't make this shit up, can you?
Oh, I love scrolling through Twitter at midnight because you get the most random shit. Of stuff.
Let's see, so a quick run through of the games of like quick win, lose or draw of our next next 6 games, the cup game as well, and then we wrap up and sign off. I also need to speak regarding next week's show's backstage review.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So getting the. Do you think if we get into UCL, do you think it will be too? How far do you think we would go? Do you think we will make
What
any
next
signings?
season?
Next season.
I think we'll get into the knockout stage. I don't know how far we'll go. It depends on who we get, but
You know, I'm going to make a bold prediction for this season's Champions League.
go on.
Aston Villa will reach the semi-finals.
That is bold.
I'm just basing it off Unai Emery.
I mean, I get it, but
he did it with Villarreal.
I mean, he didn't do it in the Champions League, but yeah.
No, Villarreal. He got them into a semi-final.
Yeah, but I do think the Europa League and the Champions League is.
No, he got them into the Champions League semi-final.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. The year Liverpool played Real Madrid and Real Madrid won it.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, they could. You never know. Depends on who they get, really.
Well, Villarreal has surprised a lot of teams on the way there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think they'll be one of those teams.
But I think it is. I will say it's easier for them to do that when they're here in La Liga compared to in the Premier League.
It's just Spanish coaches in general. That they have that. No, I don't have it. Do you ever see Unai Emery managing Spain? Like after De La Fuente?
I wouldn't put it. I don't know. Depends on who's back. It could be, but Spain could go a completely different route. I don't know.
Hire Pep.
No,
Why not? He seems tailor-made for the job.
because he won't, because of Catalan.
But De La Fuente is like, I think he's from the Basque region, and they're all on this. I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah, but I think Pep's already kind of said that he won't.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. With that being said, okay. Brighton versus Chelsea Cup.
Chelsea 3, Brighton 1.
Chelsea 4, Brighton 2. Chelsea versus Brighton League.
Chelsea 2, Brighton 1.
Chelsea 2, Brighton 0. Chelsea versus Aston Villa versus Chelsea.
Chelsea 1, Villa 0.
First time I'm going to disagree with you. 1-1. Chelsea versus Southampton.
Chelsea 4, Southampton 2.
I'm going to triple view. Chelsea 8, Southampton 0. Southampton are known for taking beatings on massive score lines. Why not?
Yeah, but I think they're a tad more solid in recent weeks.
Chelsea versus Leicester City. The Enzo derby.
Chelsea 4, Leicester 0. Actually, no, Chelsea 4, Leicester 1.
I'm going Chelsea 5, Leicester 1. Oh, just in time, Manny. Just in time. Arsenal versus Chelsea.
Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1.
Arsenal 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea versus Tottenham.
Chelsea 5, Tottenham 1.
Chelsea 5, Tottenham 3. Yeah, in your dreams.
Probably in reality as well.
Yeah, maybe. The West. Oh, I think we've done all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've gone above and beyond. So yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll leave it there.
Said, this was our inaugural stream for 2025. I'm gonna have to set up all of the socials again in my own time. So go subscribe to my Instagram at Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's, and my other Instagram, Nippon Reviews Lifestyle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Nippon Sharma. Follow me on YouTube on both my channels, Nippon Review, the British Lifestyle Blogger, where I'll soon be having an airline review out again. My main one, NS Sports TV. Come on, road to 1K is the target for 2025.
I will say the British Lifestyle Blogger is Nippon's best channel. Just saying.
Yeah. And with that being said, Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me on the Blue Code Project podcast on Spotify and Apple. You can find me on the membership section of the Chelsea Perspective. And yeah, you can find me on Nippin's channel, or you can find me on Went to Mo King's Meadow for the Chelsea women on Spotify, Apple, or Mixler.
So yeah, with that being said, big up Manny. So yeah, with that being said, shout out to all the people in the comments, Zayn, Wayne, Manny. With that being said, I shall see you all in the next video. Come on, you Blues.